Okay,
All right.
welcome back to the SKC Fighter Interview Show. I'm your host, Brandon Halley. Thank you to all of our sponsor, Project Pantheon, repping the Project Pantheon merch, of course, Dynamite Kickboxing, and Shipsco. Thank you very much. Let's kick it off today. I'm here joined by Emma Murray from Bad Apple MMA. Emma, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Go ahead and introduce, go ahead and tell us about your record and then the discipline you train in.
I am 4-4 as a kickboxer, and I train out of Bad Apple MMA. And my coach is Joseph Creer.
I also
And
know that you do some MMA also. You want to tell us about your record in that?
yes, I am 1-2 as an MMA fighter, and my last MMA fight was November. So I'm
Awesome.
steering more towards kickboxing now. So
Yeah, any reason why?
I prefer striking. It's where I'm stronger at, so it's more fun to me.
Yeah, I feel you. I train MMA too, but I definitely prefer kickboxing or Muay
Yeah.
Thai. I like the striking arts. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your gym. Tell us about how you got into the gym, when you met your coaches, why you started fighting.
Well, I first went to I Love Kickboxing, and someone there referred Bad Apple because I've never been to a real fight gym. And so I started about 4 years ago. July will be 4 years of training. So, and I just fell in love, and so I've been here ever since. So
Yeah, for 4 years, that's a lot of fights. So you have 8 fights in kickboxing and then 3 in MMA. So you're pretty active. What keeps bringing you back into the cage in the ring?
uh, it's always been a dream of mine since I was about 12. I've always wanted to fight. So, once I started, I can't stop. So it's really fun. It's a blessing to be able to fight.
How, how did that dream come about? Were you watching like a UFC fight or somebody?
Yeah, Ronda Rousey was always someone that I looked up to. I know she doesn't fight anymore, but it was definitely somebody that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, shout out to Ronda. I mean, she took over the world, not
Yeah,
even just MMA. She took over the world. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, everyone on earth knows who Ronda Rousey is. So shout out to Ronda. No, that's awesome. What's your goal in fighting?
I want to turn pro soon. I want to get more fights, more experience, but I definitely want to make it to the top as close as I can get.
Yeah, how many more fights are you looking to take before you go pro?
8 more. I'm hoping 8. So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. I mean, as active as you are, that's not going to be too long. We'll see Emma
Yeah.
Murray as a pro very soon. Okay. Of course, you mentioned Ronda Rousey. Are there any other fighters that you watched that's kind of inspired your style?
Amanda Nunes and Mike Zambitis. I really like him. You know, he's shorter fighter. He's that forward type style, so I really like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, okay, okay. Let's segue into that. So, I've actually seen some of your fights already, so I do know that you're a very forward pressure type of fighter. But describe to the audience who's never watched you fight and who's coming to watch you for the first time. Describe to them what your fight style is like.
Uh, well, it just depends on the opponent. Me and my coach construct different styles for fights. I'm a shorter fighter, so normally it is forward and stuff, but they'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, come watch in person
Yeah.
or review May 11th at the Foundry in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay. What do you know about your opponent? And if you do know anything, stylistically, where do you think you have an advantage over her?
I know she's really tall. I've seen a couple of her training videos, but me and my coach, like I said, we constructed a game plan, and I'm really excited. So, well, yeah, I'll just keep it at that.
I understand, don't want to divulge too much. Talk to me about what kind of statement you're trying to make with a win over your opponent for this fight.
I just want to show that the things that I am training, I know how to apply them, and that I'm here. I mean business. So
How
I'm
long have you
excited.
been at Bad Apple now?
4 years.
Okay,
Four
okay. I
years.
see you. I see you're at the gym now. Do you think you could
Yeah.
give us a little tour real quick?
Yeah. Let's see. How do I turn this around? Mm, I don't know how to turn it around, but you can see.
It's a
We
big
actually
gym.
just moved gyms recently, so you know, it's
Awesome.
great.
Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations. How does it feel being in the new gym? Do you feel like the obviously the vibe is different too, but
Oh
do you feel
yeah.
like the team is more focused, more
Oh
intense in
yeah,
the new
most
location?
definitely. Most definitely. It's definitely my favorite gym so far because we've moved twice since I've been at Bad Apples, so it's definitely my favorite one so far.
To me, that sounds like you guys are a growing gym. So talk to me about how many people do you have on the fight team?
Uh, I don't know exactly, but I mean, it's like pure fighters. It's probably about 10, like who consistently fight all the time. It's probably about 10.
That's a pretty big fight team.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I'm sure that means you're getting quality training.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to shout out any teammates specifically that's really gives you a hard time during sparring?
Khalil Boyd, he's my main training partner, especially for this fight, and Alex Gordy, Chance Crosby, Shantane Creer, and of course my coach, Joseph Creer.
Of course,
And
we love to see all
the
those
whole
fighters
team,
in.
everybody.
Yeah, of course, of course. But as a fighter, you have that guy, you have a few partners that like you really train with every
Oh
single
yeah.
day.
Yep.
So no, I definitely feel that. Okay. Talk to me about a little bit about your personal life, if you don't mind. What do you do for work? What do you like to do for fun outside of fighting?
I'm actually a landscaper. I've been doing that for about 4 years, and my free time, I pretty much just am at the gym and just whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. How does it feel going from like working outside, doing landscaping, and you that's hard labor. That's not
Yeah.
like me. I work from home. I work on a computer all day, so
Yeah.
that's very different. So talk to me about like your day to day schedule, what that looks like.
So I work from 7 to 4, and then I come to the gym about 6. So it's all day, just work pretty much.
All
But it's
day,
it's
yeah,
hard, but it's definitely something that I love to do.
yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about the moment that when you started training. I know you said this has always been your dream, but the moment that while you were training, you were ready to finally pull that trigger and be like, "I'm ready to do this."
So I trained for about a year before I had my first full contact fight. And I came from knowing nothing about fighting. So, it took a little bit longer for me to actually convince myself like, okay, let's do a real fight, but I knew that it was definitely something that I wanted to do. And it felt good, like starting to train and be like, okay, this is actually what I want to do, instead of having a dream and then realizing you don't love it as much as you thought you did. So that was something cool.
Yeah, for sure. I know you actually won the Spring East Coast Classic and for the
Yes.
IKF. Talk to me about that experience. Talk to me about what you were able to take away from that from the competitions.
It was really fun. I always learn a lot. I learned different things from each fight, but my opponent, she was really strong. She was good, and it was fun. I've been working towards that for a long time, so it felt really good.
Talk to me about the biggest lessons you have been able to learn from your coach, from your teammate, or from one of your losses that has really given you a different perspective into fighting.
I mean, always the term "don't give up," and I've taken losses. I've taken bad losses, and it sucks, but it does make you a better fighter. It's necessary. I feel like to have certain losses, like it makes you grow each and every time. So I believe that it's a good thing, even though in the moment it feels like it's the end of the world, but it definitely is an experience.
Absolutely. Let's get into a little bit more for the fun questions. Talk to me about some of your favorite foods that you like to eat, but also talk to me about your favorite food that you like to go to for your weight cut and then your post weigh in.
Okay, so for my weight cut, I like to just eat steak all the time. Protein always, but and for post weigh in, I guess like peanut butter crackers and stuff like that. But post fight would definitely be like pizza.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you prefer like a toppings on it, or you just like a cheese
Pepperoni.
pepperoni? I
Yeah.
respect that. I was never like a big fan of pizza until the last few years. I don't know why, but my
Yeah.
taste buds changed, and I just love cheese now, so I can actually
Yeah.
enjoy pizza. So I think because like you go out places and everyone loves pizza, and I hate to be the guy like, well, actually, I don't like pizza all that much. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm actually able to enjoy it. Yeah, cool. So look, I want you to give me one word that your teammates or your coaches will use to describe you.
Mm, that's a difficult question. I mean, it's not a difficult question, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I mean, I'm not exactly sure like what word they would use, but I guess I'll say the word fire. And not like, oh, she's fire, but just fire in general. It has a lot of different meanings, but I'll use that word.
Does that come from the place of like intensity and the
Yeah.
drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I watched one MMA fight of yours, and I believe I watched two kickboxing fights of yours online.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's how I would describe it. Like you are ready to be in the fire in there. You're not afraid of getting hurt. You're not afraid of hurting them, and you walk forward and put the pressure on. And I respect that fight style a lot. It's something that I'm trying to incorporate into my fight style because I would say I'm actually the opposite. I like to
Yeah.
be the rangy, pokey kind of guy, but
Mhm.
I understand that like this is fighting, and
Yeah.
I can't be so clean and technical. I have to be willing to put myself in that fire. So no, that's an awesome key. That's an awesome word to use. Talk to me about your favorite drill for striking that you do in the gym, and then also your favorite strength and conditioning exercise.
Uh, I guess one of my favorite drills, you have a tire and you both put your foot in the tire and you just sit there and pretty much beat the crap out of each other.
Yep, in the
You know,
pocket. I
it's
love
it's
that. Yep.
intense, but I like that one. And strength and conditioning, I mean, hitting the bag, it doesn't get better than that. That's as close to fighting as you can get, is just sitting, other than sparring, but sitting there and just hitting the bag as hard as you can, you know.
What's your favorite kind of bag? You like a teardrop bag or like a traditional long sandbag or?
Probably just traditional long sandbag.
Yeah, I prefer that because then you could do
Yeah.
low kicks and all
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
okay, cool. Any last shout outs you want to give out?
I don't think so. Just thankful for my team and everybody that's helping me get ready for this fight, and I'm excited.
Guys, come watch Emma Murray fight live or on pay-per-view May 11th at the Foundry in Greenville, South Carolina, or on WKInternational.tv. Thank you very much.
Thank you.